Hey y'all, Chris, aka Rufotris here, and today we're doing part 2 of the Herkimer diamond mine. I went up to Mohawk Valley mineral mining, and last week we had part 1, so be sure to go back and watch that one if you haven't already. But let's get on with part 2 today, and we're going to continue right where I left off last time. So here, this is where we saw that I pulled out the really big cluster that came out in multiple pieces, and then I wanted to take a little bit of a lunch break, so I poked around in here for a few more minutes. I looked all up and around in there to see if I could see anything else showing, and it wasn't until editing this that I actually noticed a crystal face right there. And I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't notice it then, but I came back a little bit later, and look what someone else found. Look at that. So she kept going in the hole that I left there, and look at that. That thing is huge. Oh, wow.
Chris, she will treasure it for the rest of her life.
So yeah, I hope she got that out before leaving that night, and I hope she cherishes and treasures that piece forever, because that was a big, huge, like, whole diamond. That was double terminated too, like top and bottom. Oh my gosh, I really want to go back, and I want to get back in that hole, get even deeper, and find more. I still want to get back there. Anyway, let's continue on with part 2 here. We're gonna look at some more pieces that I found, and then a whole lot of work I put into attempting to move this boulder right here that just did not go well. So enjoy my struggles. But that's jumping quite a bit ahead. So back to where I left y'all last time. This is right after I pulled out the cluster, and I'm trying to pull out little fragments here because I could see all sorts of these little pieces remaining. And I wanted to get everything that I could to, debate whether or not I was going to glue it back together, which I now have. So here's a little peek at that, and we will definitely take another look at that at the end, so don't go anywhere. Alright, so it kept getting pretty loud, and this is another part I have to voice over because I was working around other people and we were joking and talking and stuff. But anyway, there's the calcite and empty cavity you can see where I pulled out my cluster. And then on this other side here is where I could see a chunk of calcite and that light coming through from where I extracted my cluster. But I'm going to remove this remaining chunk of the wall, and we'll see what that looks like now. Save some battery, and I'll bring you in once I get it out. Alright y'all, I got all of that rock removed. Removed like 10 pounds of rock here, 10 to 15 pounds or so. Yeah, probably like 10. So you can see quite a difference here. Before I removed a lot of rock, there's all that in there, and then we see what's left. Pounds or so. Yeah, probably like 10. And still a lot of calcite left in here. Found 1 or 2 pieces of optical calcite, and one that's got like a Schiller effect. I set it to the side, I will show you. That's weird, it's got a fuzzy reflective layer on it, but got that cleaned out. So I think it's time to go have a little brunch.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to go live for just a moment from up here at MVMM, but unfortunately, I did not have good enough service to go live. I don't know how Brian and how they do it here at MVMM all the time. But anyway, here's a bit of an update. Just a few of the goodies I have found today. These are most of the big ones that I have pulled out, but I just wanted to share with y'all. It's been a good one. Definitely pulling out some beauties today. One of the kids found this little guy in the dirt digging around up there. It was not a nest. I'm guessing it was actually dropped off by a bird and caught down at the water, but dropped off in the mining area by one of the crows. It's 2 full weeks later. I am editing the video, and yeah, this next part is still sad, even though I just showed you at the beginning and was just editing it. It's tragic. Look at that. So she kept going in the hole that I left there, and look at that. That thing is huge. Oh, wow.
Chris, she will treasure it for the rest of her life.
Apparently my phone was on in my pocket, so battery is super low. Anyway, enjoy the next minute while you get to see me struggle to remove this chunk, which in reality was about 10 to 15 minutes that I've got sped up into the next minute here. Oh, the struggles. Maybe while we watch this slightly hilarious endless struggle that I have, I will also take the time to mention the giveaway is coming up very soon. I'm working on a video. There's going to be at least 5 prizes, if not more. There's going to be prizes for those who are just in the Discord. There will be prizes for those who are at the live giveaway, and there will be prizes for a comment on the video. So everyone will have a chance to win, whether or not you can make the live, whether or not you're in the Discord, but being involved in all 3 will definitely increase your chances. You can see that thing is barely even budging at all, and so I decided to look around and make sure that this crack, was going around all the way. I mean, I opened it up, it was solid when I got there, but you can see I start to dig around the bottom here, and I realized there was a lot of mud just caked and packed in between this rock and the next one. So I thought maybe if I remove a bunch of that, I can get a little more leverage on the rock and get it out. Oh man, this struggle, it just went on forever. I eventually got into the rock and started chipping it away here, but I never got the boulder moved. At this point, I'm just trying to recover my chisel. Let's have a little fun with the slow-mo here. You can see I managed to hit it a couple times, but then I got a good old swing and a miss. I never was great at baseball or golf. It's full of crystals. I busted a couple out of here a minute ago.
Anything good?
Nothing great. Of course, she says that. I say no. I stopped filming, talked to her for a minute, went and looked what she was pulling out of her pocket, but then I went back and did actually find a couple cool pieces. So check out what comes out of there next. Start breaking away at it, and see another Herkimer there, some pieces there, and this one just popped out. So here's that one all cleaned up. Actually looks quite nice. It was all covered in mud, so it was actually a little hard to tell, but this one side was totally busted up. It's okay though, because overall it's still a beautiful little diamond with some nice rainbows in there. Don't mind how crazy dirty my hands are, it's muddy here. I'm gonna get back into it. So this is how I wrapped up my day mining. By this point, it was actually already around 4 o'clock or so, and then I went back and I checked on the progress that the geologist girl I left the cluster with. Checked on the progress of her little pocket. She still had not gotten it out by the time I was packing up and leaving a little after 5 o'clock, because I still had a long drive back home. But, I sat and chipped away at this. I found a couple more little good pieces of Herkimer in there that were in some tiny cavities. I got a few little gemmy bits out, and I did get some pretty nice druzy actually off of this boulder. So overall, I'm happy that I did open it up, because out of that little crevice came a few good Herkimers. That tree was coming down while people were digging, so they're trying to pull it. All right, it is 5 o'clock. I did not record as much today as I did last time because I wanted to spend a lot more time digging, but it was worth it. I found some good little golf ball size pieces there. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to this here and spend another little bit picking at this. So I was getting some crystals out of here. There's the other one, that one right there. And take one of the next rides up to the top and get driving home. Traffic this time of night, it's gonna take me 5 or 6 hours to get home. Woot. This is the fuzziest little caterpillar. Oh, there's a beetle too. Beetle. Old fuzzball. Alright, I'm about done for the day. It's nearly all I can take. I'm pretty tired, busting up a lot of hard rock today. Unlike last time, I spent most of the time digging into hard rock ledges. So, I'm very tired, super beat. Oh my gosh. Walking around looking for this. Walking around keeping my eyes open for druzy like that. Like, look at that. Oh, stop switching camera. Look it off. Look at that Jersey. Beautiful. Alright, I'm just about done packing up here. Getting the last few things into my car. Gonna head home and show y'all what I got. But look at these cute little guys. Alrighty, I hope y'all enjoyed that last little bit up at the mine. And so now we're gonna bring it back home and check out everything else that I've brought here and cleaned up. And I've even started to glue some of those clusters back from the last video, then glue them back together. So let's take a little look at that. And then there's gonna be one more video, a third in the whole series, and it's just gonna be a video of showing the Herkimers. So there'll be these 2 mining videos showing the Herkimers as well at the end, but then there's just gonna be one nice video, probably next week, just looking at the Herkimers for y'all to enjoy. This picture's just filler because I wanted to say my microphone was dying in that last little clip there. Sorry for the bad sound quality. I'm getting to know this new microphone set that I bought, and there's some little kinks to work out. Alright, so we got all those other ones cleaning up. That I was cleaning up, rather. And I was just picking through this and putting a bunch over here in this box, and left in here is mostly a bunch of calcite. We've got all sorts of interesting chunks of calcite, big old calcite crystals. Usually I'm not a big fan of calcite, but I'm actually excited to clean these ones up because look at that. You can see the faces on this one. That's a nice huge chunk of calcite. I was just cleaning off a bunch of the chunks, and this is like the last one. And look at this. This piece just popped off. I thought it was just like a light layer of dirt here I was scraping. And then a big chunk popped off. But I was just trying to remove a little dirt from around this Herkimer. Yeah, if it's going to pop out like that, I'm going to bring you all in. And we'll do this part on camera. I was not looking at the camera at all. Just trying to see how deep the dirt goes around here. Oh. Oh, would you looky there. We've got more Herkimers inside of here too. So that was a nice little surprise, and I've actually got a few more big chunks like this that I brought home, so I might have some little shorts or little videos in the future where we just clean up and prep some of these, you know, kind of like fossil prepping videos, but we'll have Herkimer in the Matrix prepping videos. How's that sound? Let me know. Okay, so here it is after I cleaned it up a bit more. I decided to skip forward just to the point where I've got dirt removed way down into that crevice, and we can see quite a bit more detail down in there. We can see this exposed Herkimer here. It's hard to see, but it's got a little faceted point there. But there could definitely be more hidden within this rock still. And one thing that is pretty awesome about the Dolo stone, which is the matrix, is how it glows. Let me show you. In the UV, it's actually quite reactive. Let me give you a better example that I filmed last night to share on our Discord. So you can really see the Dolo stone popping there, but look at the Herkimer as well. That one has a blue reflecting through it, and I'm not sure if that's the stone behind it reflecting through because it's so water clear, or if the stone itself has a light reflectiveness or reactiveness. Yeah, I'm unsure. Not all the crystals show blue through them though, only some. But here we can see it in the normal light, and you can see it's got quite a few Herkimer pieces in there. And maybe it's just the ones that were fully intact allow some blue to come through, as where the broken one there did not. I'm not sure. We'll test that out and play with it a little more. So we still have all of this to look at in the next video. Plus, here's everything else that you haven't seen yet cleaned up. I mean, we did just look at that one there. But there's a whole bunch of druzy and chunks of Herkimer and stuff that I still haven't gotten to. And we'll see all of that in part 3. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Of course, we'll go out looking at some of these beauties. This night is sick. I love it.